are some tempers. Brad Keselowski and Denny Hamlin have tangled. Then Keselowski and Tony Stewart. Denny Hamlin finished 9th. Brad Keselowski 16th. And on the cool-down lap, there was that. Then Keselowski and Kenseth, with Keselowski running into Tony Stewart. The sparks have flown.
Yes, they have.
And the fenders have bent even after the checkered flag.
We'll have to see what all brought all of that on, but unhappy drivers for sure.
Well, look, more. That's Matt Kenseth.
You hit me under yellow. You hit me under yellow. You hit me under yellow. Turn it loose. Turn it loose. Turn it loose. Turn it loose. Let it go, Paul. Go.
Matt, what is the message you tried to get across to Brad there?
Well, I mean, besides the race, I mean, he knew I was out there. That restart wrecked me, which, you know, I guess I shouldn't have went out there. Really the safety. I mean, he was doing something with Denny there. I don't know if he was mad at him. And then I had my hands off, my seatbelts off and everything, and he clobbers me at like 50. So the accidents and stuff we had around here, I mean, just race is over. We're trying to come back to pit road. If he wants to come and talk about it like a man, go do that. But to try to wreck somebody on the racetrack and then come down pit road with other cars and people standing around with my seatbelts off and driving aside of me is just unexcusable. It's just, there's no excuse for that. He's a champion. He's supposed to know better than that. He's just, you know, I don't really have anything else good to say.
Matt, you were involved in the 63 to go restart. What was going on there?
On the restart, I just rolled outside of him in the dogleg, and he knew I was there and just ran me out of the room, ran me in the wall because he didn't want to get past, which I shouldn't have went there, but there's a lot of guys you can race like that, and they know you're there, and they'll give you the room, and he's usually one of them. He just, he did it on purpose, just ran me in the wall because he didn't want to get past.
2 laps to go. Watch the 2 and the 11 here for about 3/4 of a lap.
Yeah, they're up here battling for a top 5 spot. See, the 11 gets a little bit loose there. A little contact, not much. A little bump.
And it goes 4 wide for a minute.
2's momentum was broken and so on. Now on the cool down lap.
Yeah, I can understand them a little bit. They were having some contact at the end of the race, but not sure about some of this other stuff.
I didn't see a whole lot that Denny Hamlin did wrong in that, in trying to race in that scenario there.
Now as the cars stack up at the entrance to the pit road, that's the hit Matt Kenseth was talking about. And while doing that, Keselowski runs into the back of Tony Stewart, so then this. From Tony Stewart's bumper camera. Contact Gordon and Keselowski. Keselowski to the outside of Johnson for the race lead.
All clear.
Jeff Gordon may have a flat tire. Yeah, he does.
Gordon spinning, turn 4. Caution is out. We'll have another attempt at a green light checker.
Boy, who was the leader right there when that caution came? 2 or the 48? I really believe it was just that choice that he made to go to the outside. Brad Keselowski was ready to go, though, but you can see the contact's what cut the left rear tire down there.
3 wide.
Went to block you there when you went 3 wide. He came down.
Yeah, it's just racing. It's no different than what happened with Tony and Dale last week. Got a little newer tires and got a better run than he did.
Jeff Gordon probably not very happy with two-car there, maybe. They have a talk with him.
I believe he wants to have a conversation and have it right now. Watch Brad Keselowski there, and from the left side of the grouping.
Yeah, that was Harvick. Well, and then it's on. And Jamie Little, she's right in the middle of it too.
A few weeks ago, it didn't really classify that as a fight. I think that been closer more to wrestling and people disagreeing, but that was an all-out fight right there. We all knew, and just as Jimmy was pointing out there, we all knew that with this format, that all of this was going to ramp up the pressures and everything that was going to take place on the racetrack.
Drivers and teams whose cars are back in the garage area after the race, watching our telecast earlier and seeing what happened.
We are with Jeff down here, and Rick Hendrick coming up to give Jeff a hug and talk to his driver. He knows how disappointed Jeff is, given the fact that Jeff, take us through, first of all, take us through the final restart there in the contact.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we were sitting there on a little bit older tires. Yeah, I spun the tires a little bit, but I got a pretty decent start. You know, and we went down into one, and I just wanted to get the outside of the 48, and out of nowhere, I just got slammed with the 2, and it cut my left rear tire. And he's just a dip, you know, I mean, the way he races, I don't know how he's ever won a championship, and I'm just sick and tired. I mean, that's why everybody's fighting him and running him down, and, you know, your emotions are high. That was a huge, huge race for us. We had the car, we had the position. So proud of my team, and I'm proud of Jimmy Johnson for winning that race, not letting that little, you know what, win that race. Oh my gosh.
The conflict with Brad on pit road. You came out, you pulled on the pit road to talk to him. Tell us about what the conversation was and what happened.
There wasn't any conversation. You can't have a conversation with him. I mean, you know, he beats his own drum, gets himself in this position himself, and he's got to pay the consequences. And, you know, I'm going to race him the same way he races me, but that kind of stuff's just uncalled for, and I'm not going to stand for it.
What are the consequences as far as you're concerned with him? And should NASCAR get involved, do you think, or is this between you two?
You know, to them, I'm sure it's just a racing incident, but to me, it's just a bunch of crap. I mean, the kid is just doing stuff way over his head, and I mean that's just uncalled for. You're racing for a win and a championship. You don't go slam somebody and cut their left rear tire. So you know, if that's what it takes, then no problem. I can do the same thing back to him.
Brad is a little beat up, spitting some blood out, and I see blood around your forehead, your chin. Brad, what is your take on what happened with Jeff Gordon?
You know, we're just racing for the win, and right, we just raced him hard, and he left the hole, and you know, everything you watch in racing, you leave a hole, you're supposed to tow for it, and it closed back up. We made contact. You know, I don't want to ruin anyone's day. Wanted to win the race, and that was our opportunity, and just didn't come together.
Brad, we know that you're fierce on the racetrack, but we're seeing this bubbling over race after race now. Do you think that this is a fair way to deal with things on track?
Well, I mean, I don't see, you know, I've been through a lot of rivalries, and I got a little blood on me right now, and, you know, I've been roughed up and put in the grandstands and wrecked and done all that stuff. And I'm still here fighting. It's not going to change the way I race. Race with 100% intensity and go for the win, and that's what our fans deserve in NASCAR.
Do you think that NASCAR should let this be settled between you guys and stay out of it at this point?
You know, I'm too close to the fire to make those decisions, but I do know that it's my job to race 100%, and that's what I did today. Didn't wreck anyone, but I certainly race hard, and that's nothing to be ashamed of.